Did you know that Albert Einstein did not develop the theory of relatively until he was 28 years old? Theodore Roosevelt, he didn't ride that horse until he was 28 years old. Ben Stiller actually landed his first role. Yes, you guessed it, at 28 years old. Is any of that true? No. But I'm 28 years old, and in my mind, none of those people are failures, right? Albert Einstein, Ben Stiller, I never even think about them. Today, I'm asking a few questions. Namely, am I a failure? We'll get to the others. Hi, I'm Grace, and I'm starting a YouTube channel. Yeah. The government couldn't stop me. Science couldn't stop me. They couldn't stop me, so here we are. People talk a lot about how as you get older, you have your midlife crisis, whatever. I've had probably 7 or 8 midlife crises, or quarter life, or third life. My first life crisis probably happened when I was 19, had to move out. That caused an array of crises throughout the years. And we'll delve into this at a later time, right? But many, many, many crises. Those represent crises. That looked weird. Anyway, question that's been on my mind a lot for the past 20 years is, am I a failure at the ripe young age of 10? Am I a failure? That's exactly what I sounded like. I think there's this phenomenon that started with the Disney Channel child stars. If you grew up in the era of That's So Raven and Lizzie McGuire, Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, maybe you experienced the same thing, but I was I have to be Selena Gomez. I have to be Demi Lovato. It was this idea that if I did not achieve fame, I was a failure. And this started so young. I've Googled this. I've read many Reddit threads about this. I've talked about this in therapy. Has that desire ever fully gone away? No. And do I actually want to be famous? No, I don't think I would even like that. I really don't think I would. But ever since I was a kid, I had this thing in my heart that was if people don't know who you are, you're going to die and no one's going to remember you and your life will have meant nothing. Throughout the years, I feel like my mindset around this has gotten a bit healthier. Right. I say to myself, Grace, that's my name. Think of it like this, right? The world, here's planet Earth, right? We're somewhere on here. But if you expand outside of planet Earth, what do you have? Well, the sun. The sun is somewhere as well. But guess what, guys? All of this, that's just one galaxy, okay? What I'm trying to say is, eventually, the bright side is, we all die, right? This sounds depressing, but it's really not. You think about it, it's well, one day I'm going to be dead, right? And everyone who ever knew me will be dead. And no one's going to remember, how frequently do you guys think about, I don't know, one of the old people that's dead? Albert Einstein, okay? Bad example. He did do a lot of remarkable things. Even Albert Einstein, though, he's a name in a history book for the most part. Do you know what I mean? No hate. Love you, I think. I don't know anything much about him. But, we don't really, I don't wake up in the morning and I'm Albert. Do you know what I mean? I'm not thinking about Albert Einstein. All this to say, sometimes I think about that. Sometimes I'm everyone's going to be dead eventually. Everything's going to be gone. That doesn't matter. What does matter? Well, we'll get to that in a different video. No idea what the beginning of this video was even supposed to be about. Oh, let's circle back, folks. Am I a failure? Well, maybe. I was talking to ChatGPT last week. I love ChatGPT. I don't care if you don't like ChatGPT. It's the future. She knows me. I was telling her this, like, am I a failure? And I was, kind of brain dumping and telling her all this stuff I was stressed about. And something that I don't talk about a lot is, like, I am an artiste. I'm a singer-songwriter. I don't like saying that because it's obnoxious to me, but I do create art, and there's this dilemma that I have of, like, I want to create art, and I do want people to know that it exists. I hate Instagram. Like, I hate Facebook. I don't go on Twitter or X or whatever. I don't want to be in that mix of people that are, like, constantly self-promoting. No hate to it. I think that's great if you can stand to do it. I can't. Like, I can't. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Ah! So it creates this dilemma of, like, if you're creating art but you're not promoting it, is that failing? And anyways, ChatGPT was saying, hey girl, your art matters because it matters to you. And I was like, whoa, that's a really good point. Anyways, did that fully sink in? No. And that's why we still ask ourselves, am I a failure? And this is subcategories. Am I running out of time? Well, I don't know. Time, after all, is a construct, right? That's what they say, but, like, whatever. Albert Einstein probably said something about that. Let's move on to the other subcategory, men. Yeah, that was the door thing. This category has also really been stressing me out a lot lately. Men, or the lack thereof, or the presence of men. What's this? Career. I don't have, like, a real career. I'm 28. I'm still in school. I should have added that, school. I think when you boil it down, most of these things are like, am I a failure because I haven't achieved things like fame? I don't have, like, a significant other. I don't have a cool career. I don't have my degree yet. Blondes. I wrote that down, and I think the point was because I was going to wrap this up by being like, they say blondes have more fun. So maybe if I dyed my hair blonde, all of this would change. It's possible. Anyways, guys, thank you for coming to my first video. My goal is going to be to create one video per week, but I can't make any promises. I can't make any promises because time is a gift. The present is why it's called a gift. Because we have it right now. Love you guys. I'll see you next week.